What's up guys, my name is Smart, welcome back to another video. Today here back on for F1 2019 news, and today I bring to you guys a brand new game trailer brought by Codemasters. It was released 1 hour ago or something like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see this, and yeah, let's see what Codemasters has to give us. And after my reaction, I'm going to make the analysis what I can see from this gameplay trailer. So leave a like if you're enjoying, subscribe channel if you're new to see more Formula 1 content. It really motivates me to make more. And further ado, let's go to my blind reaction. Okay, Peggy 3. Okay, we know all that. Okay, Mercedes of Hamilton. Okay, some teams. The music of Formula 1 copyright maybe. Oh, that looks beautiful. Bahrain looks so beautiful this year. That camera angle of the helmet, I hope to see that. And oh my god, that is beautiful. The Renault going up of inside of the house, we're not seeing that. Formula 2 cars, that is the big deal of this year. One of the big things. I'm looking forward to race with these cars, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, the Ferrari of 2010 and McLaren, that looks absolutely amazing. I'm very anxious to drive the classic cars. Side by side, action. A Williams tried to overtake Alfa Romeo. That's not very common. And oh, the Williams crashed. And I think that's pretty much it. Formula 1 2019. There you go. That's it. You know, we are all expecting that. Is that time of the year? Okay, it's going to come out earlier, but yeah, is that phase that the gameplay trailer is, comes out, and yeah, they have it. Nothing special. We see the new classic cars, the 2010 Ferrari and McLaren, and the 1990 McLaren and Ferrari of Senna and Prost, respectively. And then we have some Formula 1 action, a lot of Formula 1 action. I think it occupied most of the trailer, and then we had some F2 action. But let's see what I saw from this gameplay trailer. Let's see what my analysis is. So here is the first image of the trailer. So we see the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Then we see in the background, the Red Bull. I'm not entirely sure who is. And as you can see, the Mercedes is not finished yet. As you can see, oh, this is a Ferrari. As you can see, the nose is not the nose that we are used to see from the Mercedes. So yeah, the Mercedes keeps unfinished. Then we have the Ferrari. The Ferrari seems to be finished, maybe. Remember that we're not going to have the mission winnow logo because yeah, it's Peggy 3, and if you had a mission winnow, maybe the Peggy would be higher, and yeah, and that's obvious reasons to sell more, to bring more people. I think I'm thinking well, but yeah, we can see the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel at Monaco, I believe, but yeah, I can see the barriers, and yeah, I believe that's Monaco is doing a chicane, I think. So we see the Red Bull of Gasly, then the Alfa Romeo of Raikkonen. I believe this is at Hockenheim. I can see the blue curbs. So yeah, maybe it's Hockenheim, sorry. And then we see the Renault of Daniel Ricciardo, and I want to pay attention to this. Look at the lightning. This is at Singapore at night. Look at the lightning. It's completely different. I can say the transition of lightning to something that is not much brighter. We don't see these reflections on F1 2018. So that is very interesting. The tire resolution of the tire wear, those marks are very well made. So yeah, this game is a huge step forward for Codemasters. Like I said, I think I said in the previous video. If you haven't watched the previous video, I highly recommend to go check it out. The link is going to be on the description. So yeah, then we see a brief shot of the Toro Rosso of Danik Vieta, I believe, and then we have the Williams of George Russell locking up. And this is a thing, I saw some gameplays of Tiamat Marduk and Arav playing the F1 games, and they say that it's more easy to lock up this year. So yeah, maybe that's a proof, and the AI can lock up even more this year. So yeah, bear in mind with that. And in this case, he's doing a double lockup, Sergio Perez. I think the full scene is not finished yet. As you can see, The nose of the car is not the nose that we used to see the Mercedes. More the central nose. The central part is a little bit more slender, I can say. As you can see, the model of the nose, at least from the nose of the Force India, is the same from the Mercedes that we can see from Valtteri Bottas. If not, is particularly the same. I think you guys can see that. So yeah, moving to Bottas, is at Singapore again. So yeah, we can see the reflections again. Is a little frame of the reflection. So yeah, another proof that Codemasters is worked very well, the reflections on the game, especially the light. I think tracks with like Singapore and Bahrain were a little bit ugly. They were very different from the real life, and now we can see that they look completely different. They look absolutely beautiful, and yeah, I'm looking forward to race at Bahrain at night and Monaco at night with this new lighting of the game. So we have the McLaren of Lando Norris. I think it's finished, the model. I can see maybe the nose. Yeah, the black part I think is not the real life, but yeah, I think the nose in a nutshell I think is the same. Then we have the Haas of Magnussen happening to Eau Rouge. So then the Ferrari of Leclerc. So as you can see, the reflections on the Ferrari are very different. The sparks, I think there's some slight improvement. I think I can see some slight improvements. I can see the lightning, the sky at Bahrain in this spot. So yeah, we have a bunch of pit stops, and yeah, I'm trying to see in the pit stops if we can see the shiny tires and the new shiny tires, but I don't think so. We have the helmet cam, so this can make the replay cameras a little bit more interesting. I think the helmet cam is not a good camera angle for to show some action. I think it's better to show some crashes, to see the head moving. But yeah, it would be quite cool to add the no, it's not the helmet cam. It's the I'm not remembering, but I think you guys can see. So and this is the Renault of Nico Hulkenberg. So we can see the McLaren of Sainz, and then the Red Bull of Verstappen drifting around, I don't know what track it is. Then we see the 5 red lights, and yeah, we can see, yeah, clearly Ferrari is ahead of Mercedes. I don't know how it's going to be in terms of performances of the cars, but I believe in the first day, at least in the first days, we're going to have the performance from the first 2 rounds or something like that. So probably, okay. So probably we're going to see Ferrari and Mercedes equal. That's very probable. We can see the Williams at the background behind. So yeah, yeah, that's normal. That's not very relevant. So we see the Ferrari at Monaco in first place. Maybe that can happen this weekend. We see Grosjean going off the grass. So yeah, that's great banter. So props to you, Codemasters. We see the Red Bull side by side with the Renault of Daniel Ricciardo, his former team. And yeah, we can see Eau Rouge in the distance looking majestic, and yeah, we see Paul Ricard. So I think in the gameplays that I saw from Tiamat, Madak and Arav, I think only 4 tracks were available. I think it was Paul Ricard, Monaco, and then Bahrain, I believe. Yes, it was Bahrain, and now I'm not remembering the other track, but there are some gameplays of tracks that weren't on the pre-build version when these 2 YouTubers, one of my favorite YouTubers by the way, play the game. So yeah, maybe the tracks are not quite finished, but here in the video clip, not the video clip, the game trailer, we can see that it's okay with the track. So yeah, maybe it's just a little bunch of little details. So now we're going to the one of the big stuff, the big news of F1 2019 is the Formula 2 car. So yeah, the model is the same, because if you don't watch Formula 2, if you don't watch, I recommend you to go check it out, to start to watch Formula 2. The races are absolutely exciting. So yeah, the cars in Formula 2 are particularly the same. So yeah, we can see the cars are particularly the same. Is the 2018 grid, but yeah, with further on this year we're going to have the 2019 grid, but for now it's going to be the 2018 one. So we can see the ART, some cars battling. So Yeah, I think there's nothing much special here. Okay, I'm seeing here the AI pushing into each other. That's a thing in the game. I saw more of this on Formula 2. The AI seems to be more aggressive this year, and especially in Formula 2. And yeah, I think that's obvious because in Formula 2 the battles are more intense. Because yeah, the drivers have to battle to convince the Formula 1 bosses to enter in their teams. I think that's particularly obvious, and maybe that's what we're going to have to do when we start our career in Formula 2. We have to be aggressive to have good results. I think is going to be the key for success in a Formula 2 career. So yeah, I'm just seeing now we have the tracks. So we have a Paul Ricard here first. So I'm not seeing many changes at Paul Ricard. Is the big change at Bahrain. So is one of the big changes in terms of lightning. It looks particularly different from the F1 2018 game. So yeah, that's very good to see. Then we have Baku. Yes, it is Baku. Then we have I'm not seeing where it is. It's Melbourne. I can see the high-speed chicane. I think yeah, it's Melbourne. Then we have Monza. Yeah, looking always beautiful. The forests of Spa, and then yeah, much more tracks. A lot of detail, as you can see. At Monaco, I believe this is Monaco. Yes, it is. Now it is Monaco. So yeah, as you can see, now is the big deal. So we have some classic cars from since the F1 2017, one of the Williams and the McLaren from 88, and the Williams from 92, I believe. So yeah, now the cars from the anniversary edition, the 2010 Ferrari and McLaren. I'm looking forward to drive these cars. Maybe are going to be the first classic cars that I'm going to race with, if I can see some difference between these and the Red Bull, because the Red Bull, comparing to these cars, it was an absolute monster in 2010, especially in terms of downforce. So yeah, talking about the Red Bull, it is, and the 2006 Renault, that is the weakest car of the strongest class of the classic cars. Then we see some other classic cars that we have since the 2017 game. Then we have the 2010 cars battling between themselves. Okay, this is a 2009 Braun, but I think the performance is going to be close between them. There's obviously, so there is going to be obviously a huge, a slight advantage to the 2010 cars, but yeah, maybe we can have good battles between the 2009 Braun and the 2010 cars, and yeah, that really puts me very anxious to play this game. The classic cars from the 70s and the 80s, I really loved to play with these cars. I'm kinda sad because no one in multiplayer play with classic cars, so that makes me kinda sad. So yeah, another track, and then we have Baku with the straight line speed section. Now I want to pay attention to other thing, guys. The steering wheel of the cars are not finished yet. So the steering wheel that you see on the Force India is the steering wheel of all cars in this version. So yeah, it's obviously different, the steering wheel. So just to bear in mind that. Then we have the nose cam of the Red Bull, and then we have a free side by side. So maybe this shows that the AI is more aggressive, and yeah, that's pretty awesome to see. The Williams in that battle, so I think he shouldn't be there. He should be a little bit at the back, you know. Unfortunately, Williams is very strong. Very slow this year. So yeah, more screenshots. The Ferrari battling with the Mercedes. That's unfortunate not seeing this year. Maybe you can see maybe a little bit on the game, but yeah. I think Mercedes is going to be superior on the game, and if we go to Ferrari, we have some work to do to catch the silver hour. So another midfield battle. And yeah, Gasly putting the wheel on the grass and locking up, and then skidding around, and then in a brief frame he makes a double lock up, and yeah, an onboard from the Haas, the first onboard of the Haas on the game, being overtaken by one of the Toro Rossos, the nose cam. And as you can see, the lighting of Singapore looks so beautiful. The blue and the, it reminds me one of a Tokyo street, to be honest, with all the lights and that stuff. Yeah, I think that's my way of thinking. Looks like Tokyo. these lights, the color of the lights, and yeah, it looks like Tokyo. Then we have Bahrain with all that lightning that looks absolutely different, like I said. The brake markers, as you can see, is the 150 meter brake mark. Has the Pirelli tire. It's a thing from this year. I'm not entirely sure, but it started to exist since the last year. So yeah, and I absolutely love these brake markers. So yeah, I'm quite happy. It's not much of a factor, but yeah. And then we have the Ferrari once again, and a lot of game shots. Then we have a crash to end the the game trailer. Jesus, I can't talk. Between Grosjean, so yeah, Grosjean and another incident. That's great banter. And then yeah, the Williams going off the road. Charles Leclerc overtaking Valtteri Bottas, and then around Canada, the both Mercedes behind. That's not very common. And as you can see, maybe we're going to have the helmet cam. As you can see, we can see Sebastian Vettel's eyes in the distance. So that's really cool. And yeah, that was my analysis. So yeah, what I can say, yeah, it's much the same. Codemasters showing some game shots of the game, and yeah, really looking forward to play this game, like I said in the beginning. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe channel if you see more Formula 1 content. It really motivates me to make more. And if you want to see more F1 2019 news, just say on the comments and sure that I'm going to do more, because yeah, I love to make these videos, these analysis. I'm not a pro, but yeah, I always like to make, and yeah, with the time I'm going to prove in my analysis. But yeah, that was the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. But now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Maj, and I'll see you guys next time.